Welcome to our first FlossTube.
I know, I'm so excited.
We are so darn excited.
We are.
I think that what you're going to need to do, we have our cups, our cup of happy. Could you grab, cheers, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Could you grab a cup of something, because this might be a little bit long. We want to introduce ourselves, we want to tell you how we met, and we want to have a few sips, and we want to share some cross-stitch content too.
We do.
So here we go.
Here we go.
Let's
1,
go.
2, 3. Cheers.
Woo!
To a new year and a new FlossTube. Yay us. Cup of happy. Have it handy when you see us.
Where are these from?
These are from Natural Life, which I love this brand. They have all sorts of things and really darling clothes. So I just thought these were perfect for us.
She gifted this one to me. She's
and
a
it was
sweet
just
friend.
a happy thing.
It is very happy.
Because
One more
we're
drink.
happy.
We're not drinking anything bad
No,
here.
tea.
I have an energy drink. So,
Yes. Okay.
so we're going to introduce ourselves first.
Yes.
Do
You
you want
first.
me first?
You
Oh,
first.
okay. My name is Kristi Heinz, and I'm from Indiana. And I have done a lot of things in my life that are creative. I have had a jewelry company. I have sold paper goods, homemade paper items, watercolor items. I taught school for 22, 23 years. I taught elementary school, early elementary, and I also taught music. I taught voice, piano, and I taught music classes from preschool all the way up to high school. I'm more of a preschool teacher then. But anyway, I gave up teaching, and I then took on actually a different form of teaching. I was teaching English and Chinese online, which was an adventure. But I left that business because my husband and I moved to a new town, and I needed to not be getting up at 3 in the morning. And I floundered for a while and did this and that, and now I'm working at a quilt shop, Cotton Hearts Quilt Shop in Hebron, Indiana. Shout out to you and my great boss and owner, Dawn. Love you, Dawn. And I love it. I love everything about it. They call me the color specialist there because color is kind of my thing. Don't ask me how much you need for the backing on your quilt. I'm not that girl. I'm not the measurement girl, not the math girl. But if you need colors picked out, I'm the one. Hand in hand with that goes my re-entry into cross-stitch, I guess is the word I could use. I started cross-stitching back in probably 85. My very first project, I don't think I've even told you this, Suzie.
No.
My very first project was for my godmother. And it was a banner, and it was elves sitting in the letters that spelled joy. And each letter was about this big. So the banner was really big, and my mom sewed them on the banner. It was really great, but I didn't know anything about cross-stitch. My friend was doing it, and I saw her doing it, and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I used all 6 strands. So it looked like a needle point. It was like chunky and fat. But it was bold, yes. And I don't even know how I stumbled back into cross-stitch this time. I think just seeing things in the shop. We have a little Kristi's cross-stitch cupboard in the shop, which we're just kind of trying to grow our cross-stitch in the shop. It's more of a quilt shop at this point, and it will always be a quilt shop, but we're growing the cross-stitch in there. But there has been a resurgence of it, and I love how it's changed. It's not your mother's cross-stitch.
Mm-hmm.
All that back stitching, all that changing 50 million colors, I was done with that. Mm-hmm. I picked it up from time to time all through the years. I never gave it up completely. I still had a box in my living room of stuff that I was working on. But recently I picked it back up kind of with a vengeance.
I know. And people.
Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. But I'm very, very in love with it, and it brings me peace and comfort. I'm so relaxed when I do it. I don't feel like my day is fulfilled if I don't end it with some
so
stitching.
Relaxing. It really is.
It really is. So that's kind of me. I'm married to my wonderful husband, Rich, who's back with our cameraman, Susie's wonderful husband, Steve. He's he's our tech support. He's doing all our editing, and we're so
Production
thankful.
manager. Yeah.
And then Rich just kind of goes around and takes care of the details for us. He's the detail guy, and
Sure is.
we're thankful for both of our
Couldn't
supportive
do it
husbands.
without him.
I have, I guess I should say I have a son who is in the seminary, and he will be ordained as a pastor this summer, and he and his beautiful wife Emma have the love of my life. Sorry, Rich, but he,
Baby in the world.
my little grandson Elliot is just, he is a joy,
Everything.
and you'll hear about him all the time.
And,
So.
and you'll like it. It's adorable. It is adorable.
All right, Susie, how about you?
Okay, so thanks. So anyway, here I am, and introduced back to cross stitch by Kristi, who I might give a little background before even going to me.
Well, let's talk about how we met after we hear about you.
Oh,
Can we do
that's
that?
Fine. Yes.
Because it's a story.
It is a story.
Okay.
So Kristi and I have known each other for maybe 3 or 4 years.
Not 4.
Yeah,
probably 3.
yeah. So anyway, we talk, and she told me about all her cross stitch interests. And so she reintroduced me to cross stitch, which I had not done for 30 years. I cross stitched when my kids were small, and I always did big projects. It felt to me big at the time. They were kind of big, and mostly I did it when I was waiting for them at their activity practices. So it wasn't anything I sat at home and did. It was something to keep my hands busy while I waited. So anyway, I did some nice things, I thought. Most of them I ended up giving away, and I did keep a few things for my own self. So anyhow, that was that, and then I moved on. I'm a person who moves on to new things. After some time I get bored, or just, I find something new, and I'm like, it takes over, and so there I go. I'm also a person who can't sit still very long. So
She can't.
cross-stitching has been a new force for me to make me sit still. And it's really something I needed to do, because I see too many dust bunnies all the time that need to be picked up right then. And I don't want to do that. I need to chill. So I will do that. Now, where was I?
We went on a little bit about you, about your...
Me, yes. So anyway, me. So I'm married for almost 42 years to my wonderful husband, Steve, who you'll probably see in a picture or two. He's our production manager. And my career was a registered nurse. And I was a pediatric nurse for about 30 years of my 45-year career. And I did everything from neonates to high school kids as a school nurse, and I loved every minute. And after a while, I was tired. So I decided to change focus and went to work for some insurance companies as a case manager, which I really enjoyed. It was all elderly, retired, Medicare people, and I found them just lovely. And the best part was I got to work at home, which was really nice for a nurse to work at home. And so I finished my career in 2021, yes. I retired then, and 3 weeks later we got a puppy. And you'll probably meet her. Her name is Daisy.
You got to meet her.
She's a darling English cream golden retriever, but she was a lot at first, and so that was my new career, training the puppy for the first 2 years of my retirement. Sometimes I wished I didn't quit working. So it was a lot, but she's a doll.
She's adorable.
We love her, and she's nearly 4 now. And so we have her, we live with her now because our 2 children are grown and gone. Our daughter was married in September of 22 to the love of her life, and she lives in Orlando. And our son was just married this past April of 24 to his darling wife Kaya, and they live in Chicago. So neither of them live near us. Oh, by the way, we live in a town just south of Tampa called Apollo Beach. Kristi calls it Tampa because it is the greater Tampa area, but it's really called Apollo Beach. And so here we are, and it's Steve and I. Steve retired just a couple of years ago after a long career in the pharmaceutical industry, and so we're just kind of living the life. We like to travel, and we're finding our way. Let's put it that way, as retirees. So
what I think they should do is open a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Actually, they have. We call this. What do we call this? The
Walden Astoria.
The Walden Astoria, because we are staying at this gorgeous resort.
Cuckoo. You're cuckoo. You are. You're cuckoo. And actually, that was in our plans a long time ago, but no. No. So not right now. Just not right now. But anyway, we love having guests, and we love entertaining, and I love cooking, and I love crafting of all kinds. And so there it is. And now I'm on my journey to do cross stitch, and I'm finding all these adorable new patterns that, like Kristi said, aren't your mother's cross stitch anymore. And I really like that because they're just as pretty. And
it is pretty.
And it's just a very relaxing.
So they might be saying to themselves, okay, you've known each other for 3 years. Kristi lives in Indiana. Suzie lives in Apollo Beach, Florida. What is going on here?
I know.
How are they making a floss tube?
Well, we're working on it.
Oh, here's the deal. Here's what's happened. So Suzie and Steve were in Chicago visiting their son, and I live close to Chicago. I'm in Northwest Indiana, and we are. And they decided they were going to come and visit because we met online, not in a dating service.
Another crafting.
It sounds like that.
No.
In crafting groups.
Yes.
So we have 2 crafters that we follow and adore. Lindsay Ostrom, creator of Cuteness, which we will put her link.
That's where we found each
in
other
their notes.
first. Yeah. Lindsay Ostrom, and she's the creative handwriting and doodling. Monday through Friday, every day.
Free classes every day. Like, you can learn so much from her without spending a dime.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful human and stinking cute art. And we both learned a lot from her.
And then also Michelle Hamilton, Michelle Makes Art.
Yes.
She also had adorable, beautiful art. They complement each other nicely. So we met there. And actually, I was, Suzie one day posted, anyone here sells Stampin' Up? I need to buy some paper. And at the time, I was selling Stampin' Up, which we both did a long time ago. We've been crafters forever, right?
Yeah.
And so I reached out and I said, I am. I mean, kind of. I was just really working for the discount. Sorry, Stampin' Up. But I have a lovely upline that I was under that if you need Stampin' Up, I can refer you to her. She's beautiful. But anyway, she bought paper from me, and we started talking, and then we started FaceTiming, and I taught some online classes. She took my classes. It blossomed. We became pen pals. We started sending gifts back and forth to each other. So she came for a visit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lindsay and Michelle, for bringing us together. I mean, we wouldn't.
Another beautiful result of yours that we met. So many people met. We've had the chances to meet several
wonderful people,
many others in our travels and whatever, and it's just been such a blessing to have friends all over the world now.
So thank you to you 2 ladies. Yeah,
Lindsay and Michelle.
The art world is just amazing, and this whole FlossTube is going to open our world to even more people, and we're excited about that. So we live hundreds of miles away. 1,000.
1,200. Who knew?
Wow, who knew? 1,200 miles away from each other. How are we doing a FlossTube? Well, we're sitting at breakfast, and I say to Suzie, I would like to start a FlossTube. That's what I'd really like to do with my life. I'm not teaching my online classes anymore, but and she's like,
pick me.
I want to do that with you. And I'm like, you would? And she said, yes. And I said, well, how would that happen? You'd have to fly here every month. And Steve, we were in Indiana at the time, and Steve said, okay. And I went,
we have frequent flyer points.
What? So, at the first time, they said, you know what, it's New Year's, the weather's nicer in Florida, come to us. And so we
Here
did
you
it.
are.
It is
here you are.
Beautiful.
And it's been beautiful, and you've escaped 4 days of
Blah.
clouds and blah and
Yeah.
cold.
We love Indiana, but oh,
Yes.
this is lovely.
Yes.
So anyway, we are going to be doing some of our filming here in the Tampa area. We'll be doing some filming in Indiana, and sometimes we may come on here on a split screen from our homes.
We'll see how
Sometimes I might just come live and do a FlossTube, and sometimes Suzie might. So we'll just have to see how this all evolves. But right now we're having a really good time.
we are.
So that's how that's going to work. We are just excited to share.
Yeah.
I'm a little more of a dedicated stitcher.
Definitely.
Maybe an
Oh,
addict,
Floss.
maybe
I do it. Well, remember, when did you learn about FlossTube?
a longer ago than you.
8
And
months.
I work in a quilt shop, and I'm stitching for the quilt shop, and I don't know, I just have a lot of time for doing it.
Me
And
too. And I only learned of it since I met Kristi 3 months ago. So, of course, my volume is pitiful compared
no,
to hers.
that's not true.
It's going to get better.
But here's the deal.
But
It can be whatever you want it to be,
Well,
and
it
that's the
will be.
beauty,
it
right?
will be.
And so we're not the same, so don't expect that from us,
No,
right?
no. But Lindsay is, Kristi is much more prolific than me at this time.
Stop.
At this time.
All right,
Catch up.
so let's talk about
Stuff.
cross stitch.
Let's
Enough
cross-
about us.
Yeah.
I hope you
so-
feel like you know us a little bit. We'll
feel like
share
you
a
know
little
us.
bit about life each time,
Yes,
right?
we will. Thank you.
I got my basket of
Move this
goodies, and we're going to start with finishes. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go
Well,
first?
I have 2 old finishes. So when I mentioned that I started cross stitching in the 80s, man, and that's my finishes. So I'm going to show you some old stuff. I have no idea where these patterns are or who they're by, but this was a finish that I did.
Pretty.
I actually remember sitting in the gymnastics studio watching my daughter take lessons and stitching these. So that's kind of a cool memory. But we're in Florida, seashells, hello. They were individual little prints, but I put them all together and had them matted, and I had them hanging in our house for the past, 35 years. So
pretty.
there it is. I love it. So that's one of my fully finished from 1980s. And here's another one.
This one is so cool.
Florida.
I love the story behind it.
So this I had made to gift to my folks. And our family is originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And my dad was an engineer, and he was transferred to the Tampa Bay area right after I graduated from college. And I have 4 younger sisters and brothers. And so that whole family was moving, and I'm like, well, you're not leaving me up here in the snow and ice. I'm coming with you. And I just graduated from nursing school, so I found a wonderful job working at All Children's Hospital. Well, in our years since then, we've lived here ever since. That was 1978. In our years since then, our family has dispersed all over Florida to different points and beyond. So I decided one year to make a map of Florida for my parents and put all the little towns that we all lived in. And that's what inspired this
cool.
picture. So again, I don't know the pattern, I'm sorry. It's just a map of Florida, and it had all of the little pictures of whatever there. And I just personally stitched in the cities. So so that's how that transpired. And it still hangs now in my house because my parents downsized and had no room on the wall for it anymore. So I got it. Anyway, that's the only thing that I have fully finished in my own house because I gifted almost everything else. So
I brought a couple things that are fully finished. I, of course, traveled here, so I didn't bring a lot. And some of my things are in the shop on display right now. So, but this one, my daughter-in-law and son graciously let me bring this one with me, even though I just gifted it to my grandson. But I made this ornament for him. This is called Tall Treat, and it's by Blue Flower. I did it on Cosmos Ada cloth, 14 count slate blue. It is the most beautiful cloth. If you haven't used it, I don't hear many people talk about it, but it's bamboo and it's got a sheen to it and it's so soft, and I'm in love with it. We sell it at our shop. But this is Tall Treat. My son is an avid zoo fanatic, and so my grandson's nursery is done in all zoo animals, and so Elliot is getting an animal ornament every year. I finished it with some giraffe fabric in the back. It's called Tall Tree, and I first saw it on the Sable Stitchers. Lenny had done this, and I messaged her. I couldn't find the pattern anywhere, and Lenny said, I'll send you mine. I'm finished with it. I'm never going to stitch it again. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like so touched. Well, then she couldn't find it. And then we went to the Jingle Ball, and there it was on Blue Flower's Jingle Ball shop. And so I was able to get the pattern there, and I stitched it up real fast so I could give it to Elliot for Christmas. And then I have found a new finishing company. I hear a lot of people talk about Lady Dot, and there's just a lot of great finishings out there, but this is called Purple Paper Mountain, and the company that sells it, and it's this velvety chenille with sparkles in a dark green, and I love it. They're things, I got a bundle of things from them, and they're just beautiful. So Purple Paper Mountain, check them out. I get a lot at Collar and Cotton. I get a lot from Lady Dot, but this is a new company, and I'm liking what they have. So that's my first finish, is Tall Tree. And then I have been wanting, I saw Lori Holt finish on old books, and I fell in love with it. So I've been wanting to finish on an old book. And I went with my daughter-in-law while they were here for Christmas to some vintage shops, and I found this cute blue antique book, and it was small. And on election night, I stitched this cute, easy little flag while we were watching all the news come in. And it's by Primrose Cottage, but I posted it on their Facebook page asking where it came from, because I didn't, when I first started printing out PDFs that I would get, I didn't do the cover page because it took so much ink. Oh. And so now that I've learned that I'm going to do a FlossTube and I need to share those things with you, I will start printing them, but I can't figure out what it was. But I think this is from Primrose Cottage, and then I have a little Lori Holt fabric behind there and a little ribbon from Hobby Lobby. And I am nuts about how it turned out on a little old book.
Adorable.
So,
who would have thunk?
Yeah, that's my finishes for today. So cool. Next, we'll do finishes, things that aren't fully finished but finished. And I don't know, do you have any of those right now? No, that's just me, right? Mm-hmm. That's just me. So I have a couple, I brought a couple to share. These are both from Primrose Cottage, the Bee Quaker, and I did this on 18 count flax. We're Ada Stitchers, but last night I ventured into the world of linen, and I might just be addicted. And then also the Bee Basket. I love all of their bee stitches, like with all my heart. And I actually have the Bee Holiday at my house. That's what my son has tagged it. I decorate with bees, and he thinks it's absolutely ridiculous, but cute all at the same time. And so these are going to be finished and added to my bee decor for the Bee Holiday.
Absolutely.
And then Fat Quarter Shop has a lot of free patterns on their site. Wonderful. And then they have some stitch-alongs, and I did the Star of Wonder stitch-along, and so I did it because I have pinks and greens in my kitchen at Christmas, and I found this old book, and I'm going to finish this onto this old book and with some pink behind it. I think it'll be lovely. What do you think?
So pretty.
But that's just on a 14 count white Ada. So
yeah,
those are my finishes.
I love the bees too.
I do, and I love that 18 count. It's the tiny. So I think I'm gonna love linen. I was intimidated by it. I don't know why, but it really is.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
I don't know that I'll ever progress to that.
And you don't have to.
My eyeballs are going crossed already on 14. So.
Okay, new starts.
New starts. Well, we have plenty of those, don't we?
Yes.
So I'll start on that. So this is the first one that I did, was my reintroduction to cross stitch, and it is this Country Cottage Needleworks Candy Cane Cottage, and I love the pattern. Kristi actually shared it with me, so I started on this one, and this is how far I've gotten. Now, mind you, I started at December 1st, and December was a very short month, wasn't it? Lots to do, and in the middle
surprise,
of it,
Christmas comes in December.
Surprise, who knew? All year long, I had no promotion. And then I go ahead and decide that I'm going to reinvent my whole craft room from paint to to watch.
It's beautiful.
It's really pretty, and maybe we'll show
You'll have to do
sometime.
a tour of it, yes.
Yeah, I will. But anyway, this is what I got accomplished in December.
She had a lot going on.
I did.
Lot
So
of
that was
appointments
one. But then, is this? Oh, and this is another new start. I love Primrose Cottage patterns. And this one is especially sweet. It's little cups of cocoa. Oh. So I started it. Yeah, here's how far that got. I have half the frame, so it's a start.
You're doing great.
I really love Christmas. I really love Christmas.
She keeps saying she's just going to stitch Christmas all year.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's how it's going to work out or not.
But it'd be okay if it does.
We also both really love to decorate seasonally, so I have a feeling that's going to change.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. Anyway, let's do yours.
So I was watching the Sweetwater Stitcher, and
so
she was talking, she is adorable, and she was talking about doing a new stitch for the new year to bless your needle. The idea is you started on January 1st, today is the day we're filming, and you finish it by the end of January, and then you've blessed your needle for the year ahead.
We're both going to do this.
We're both going to do this. We're going to do it in different colors. It's by the Camping Stitcher, and it's called Blessing Sampler 2025. I love it, and I just chose a DMC 115 actually. I wanted to do it in red. So this morning, the first thing I did when I got up was I started just the little border at the bottom for this blessing stitch, and I'm using a new needle on it. I'm doing this actually on 14 count also toast, which is from Hobby Lobby. We don't have a lot of places to buy good fabric around either of us. Well, I have one. I just haven't ventured there yet. I'm a little scared to go.
I need to learn more about
about my financial.
Tampa doesn't have, to my current knowledge, Tampa doesn't have a designated cross-stitch shop that I'm aware of. I'm hoping that maybe I'll find one this year or somewhere close.
So I am blessing a new kind of needle. I've heard somewhere, I don't even know who was talking about these, but they are 26 pony black needles.
Oh, the black ones.
And they really weren't that expensive, but I don't know why they're supposed to be great, but I decided, well, if I'm blessing a needle, I'm going to try a new one. And I'll know that black needle was what I started with at the beginning of the year because it's so unusual. So that's my first start that I wanted to share. So let me put that back in its little bag. And next I also heard on Goose. She's a hoot. She's got some energy, that lady.
Yep.
Goose is doing a Santa Saturday. She's stitching every Saturday Santa, which I think is kind of a fun idea. So while we were at the Jingle Ball, which we did, which is so fun, we got the book with all the ornaments in it that they put out every year. If you haven't checked out the Jingle Ball, you should. It's so fun. And they have a bunch of other retreats coming up this year that it's the same format as a Jingle Ball. So you didn't miss it. It's great. But this is by Teresa Kogut, one of my all-time favorite designers, and it's Santa Wreath. And so I am just stitching him on Saturdays. So I am stitching him on 16 count cream light olive matte, and it was a sample that I got when I ordered some other fabric, and these are all the beautiful colors. Teresa Kogut just has the most beautiful colors. Yeah, they're all DMC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did the DMC conversion for all of her things. So that I'm just doing on Saturdays, so that's a new start. I just have a couple more. I also saw where people stitch something Christmas on the 25th of every month. And I decided I wanted to do that also. So this is going to be my 25th of the month stitch. And I fell in love with this pattern at the Jingle Ball.
So pretty.
It's called Hope for the World by Teresa Kogut. It's a big guy. And I am doing it on 14 count oatmeal by Holt. And I am using DMC conversion, and I use the milk thread drops. I really love those. And so those are the beautiful flosses for that. And I just have this little bottom box and the top of his mitten so far.
Something.
So far,
I love
yeah.
it. It's gonna be
So
gorgeous.
that's, yeah, well, I don't know what Christmas this will be done by. If I'm just stitching on the 25th, it's probably not going to be this year, but that's okay, right?
We'll see.
And I think
No,
that is all of my, no, I have two others that I wanted to share.
Oh.
Because I am doing another thing called Whip Go. It's like bingo. And you pick 25 things. They can be new starts, things you're already working on. I have 25. I have more than 25. It's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
But these are in my Whip Go pile, and they pull a month. Every month they pull 2 numbers, and those are the things you stitch on. And it's 11 and 20, like on your bingo chart. You number it 1 to 25. And
What is whip?
Whip Go? Oh, a whip. A whip is a work in progress. My husband is like, I don't know what a whip is. Tell me what a
And
whip
it's a
is.
game that, who developed this game?
It was Jessica, here, I think I wrote it down so I could tell you. Jessica Marie Does Stuff.
Okay.
So she has like videos that tell you all about it. You can go to Jessica Marie Does Stuff and just put in Whip Go, like bingo, WIPGO. So I'm doing my 11 and 20 is which they pulled for January. I have Little House Needleworks. It's snow cold, and he's adorable. I'm doing him on 18 count, and I have my little Primrose Cottage snowman needle minder on here, but I'm not happy with the fabric. I picked a fabric that it looked like in the pattern, but the white, my white just doesn't really show up.
Yeah, I agree.
It just doesn't show up much, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know if I'm going to start it over.
Well, maybe a darker.
Yeah, on the darker. I haven't really decided, so I gotta figure that out. But I have that one, and then my number 20. Oh, I have to show my bag because I got this. It's Teresa Kogut's fabric, Santa Rides on the inside, and then Teresa had at the Jingle Ball a Santa charm that she sold in her shop, and so I got him to hang on my Santa bag. But this book, holy cow, you guys.
Gorgeous.
It is beautiful. Hello Santa. It's my number 20, but I'm not doing any of the full charts. I mean, there's gorgeous full charts, but almost every one of them has the cutest snowmen. So I have decided, like, look at this little snowman guy in here. Is he just not adorable? And they're tiny. I have done one of them. I've stitched one of them. He's little bitty.
A little thing.
But I'm going to just stitch the snowmen in January.
All
by themselves. I'm using this. It is a 16 count solo dye by Color and Cotton, which I'm in love with. But I'm just going to cut them out. It's real soft. It's beautiful.
It is soft.
I'm going to cut them out and mount them in little pillows to fill a little bowl. But I'm just going to stitch. So I have one finished, this little tiny guy. I'm just going to go through and pick out the snowmen. And then someday I'll go in and do a full finish. I love the green coat Santa.
There's so many pretty things you can pick out of each one of her designs.
Yeah, and I love doing that. I love looking at a huge pattern and just pulling out something like the trees on this, a lot like Christmas.
They're gorgeous.
I would like to just do a tree. I mean, and make a little pillow out of it or something. I don't know. And there's even this tulip-looking flower that this spring could all be done just on its own.
Yeah.
So I love the full patterns that she does, but I also love pulling little things. It is a gorgeous border. Look at that border.
So gorgeous.
Yeah. So anyway, for right now, I'm just doing the snowmen out of it. So those are my new starts. So whips, works in progress. Oh gosh. What's yours?
I think mine was.
Your Candy Cottage is kind of your work in progress. You've been working on that for a while.
Everything's a work in progress in my book.
Oh, that's okay. No. It's okay. I have to introduce you to this guy.
Oh.
Russell.
He has a name.
Russell Crowe. Russell was named by the owner of the shop I work at. And I'm in love with him. It is the Quilted Scarecrow by Lori Holt. So first of all, let's just admire his pattern.
He's gorgeous.
He is so clever and cute and big. I'm doing him on 14 count, so he's super big. Feed Sack by Lori Holt. And I went all out on this, man. I got the cute Scarecrow needle minder.
You put 50 needles on him.
And that's by Lori Holt, yes.
Yes.
And then I also got the pumpkin floss drops for him. And he has tons of colors in him. But you guys, I want to show you in my hand right here, this pile of blue.
Look at that.
Let me get this magnet
How
out
can
here.
you
Look at
even
this
tell the
pile
difference?
of blue.
I love blue.
I mean,
blue's my color.
can you
Well,
see that,
yes.
cameraman? Okay, so here's the deal. Here's why I have all these blues. I won't do this again. So I bought a big lot of DMC floss off the marketplace. And some of it was older, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I chose to use it on a pattern that is very large, and it would take more than one skein of that fabric, of that floss. And I've learned, which I didn't know before this, that the dyes lots
They
change. And I did, Russell is 4 pages long. The pattern is 4 pages. And I'm on page 4, 3 and 4, the right-hand side. I finished the left-hand side, went to work on the right-hand side, and the color lot has changed on the blue. So look at his top pocket. That is the same color, but one from a long time ago and one from now. And they don't match
They don't match.
at
I
all.
think it's cute.
Now everyone, I've had people say, oh, it looks like the sun is
I know.
shining on him and it's the reflection, or he's so patchworky anyway, it's fine. I can't live with it. I just can't live with it. So what I've decided, I tried every blue. I had people giving me their old blues, trying to see if they had the same old blue. Everyone has been wonderful with Russell and trying to help him not have to have surgery, but
Yeah.
he's been in timeout because he's been a little ill and he needs the surgery. So what I'm going to have to do is remove the blue all over here. I got to frog it out. And then go back with the new blue.
Oh, that's
I
so
will not
good.
make the mistake again, but I had to put him in timeout. I was so frustrated. But
I'm
he is my
sorry.
work in progress, and he's on my WIPGO board, so I will get back to him this year.
Mhm.
But he's got to be frogged first, and that's so
Poor
sad.
Russ.
Poor Russell. Poor Russell. That's all I can say. So that's my whip.
Well, he is certainly a gorgeous one.
He is.
Sorry you need
He's-
surgery.
yeah, I know, right? But anyway, there you go. Sad story. And then we have haul. And we don't have a lot of haul because we're going to do another video while I'm here.
Yeah.
So actually, there's going to be 2 videos filmed back to back, but we will share them further apart. So just so you know, that's just how we're going to have to do it in order to make this happen. There's Miss Daisy. Hi, Miss Daisy. And so our next video is actually going to be on 12 by 12.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard about 12 by 12, it's 12 stitches from 12 to 12 on New Year's Eve. I accomplished it last night. Everything has just a tiny bit. But my friend here was the most amazing hostess in the world. And she was busy doing all the things. So she didn't get her 12 done. And she let me get my 12 done.
But I have reinvented 12 by 12 for my own self.
I love this.
So I thought, okay, I will do it 12, and I will complete it by January 1, 2nd, 2, 12. So I will get it done by tomorrow, I hope. So I will, and then I'll have 12 things ready to go.
And if you
And
don't?
that's the thing, and if I don't, I don't. Oh,
And if
well,
you don't, you
but
don't. Yeah,
anyhow, we'll go there. I think we need a drink.
I think we do.
Cheers.
Just be happy. It's all good.
So, anyway, next we have our small haul.
Yeah.
But these were, okay, I'll show you what I got.
Susie found the coolest company.
I was watching something, and I am so sorry I wasn't paying attention, but Soulful Stitchers posted a picture of her little acrylic. I don't know if, can you see that? It is adorable. These are acrylic floss holders, and she sells also needle minders with it. This one is, it says, oh, you can't even see it, sorry. It says sweet strawberries on it. Maybe I need a darker background. Do you have something dark, Kristi?
And all this stuff, you think I could find something, but it's all kind of busy. Here, let's try this. Let's try this.
Let's try this one.
You see it there? Can you see them?
Is it any better? No.
Well, it's really super sweet. Go. You know what?
picture.
You could go just check out her website and you can
Yes.
see them.
Her name is Soulful Creations, and she does these in many different designs. They're absolutely adorable. And for most, she has a little needle minder, and this one is a little basket of strawberries. How cute is that?
I adore it.
I know. So this is something I just found last month, so I'm sure they're out there.
I'll tell you what. We have a Facebook group. It's called The Happiest Stitches on Earth.
We do.
And we could post a picture of this in our Facebook
That'll be
group so
better.
that you can see it. If
Yeah.
you'd like to join our Facebook group, you can just go on over to Facebook, or you can comment down here below and we can try to get that to you. We'll put the Facebook group link down below. Our amazing Steve is going to take care of all of that for us. So we'll put the shop in that, and we'll also put our Facebook group.
Yes.
So you could join us on Facebook. That would be wonderful. We're going to just kind of give some behind the scenes in that group
Yeah.
and just share some things and just chat. We have a group of ladies already in there that's a lot of fun. And my goal is I've been seeing a lot of people do these Plum Street samplers with these beautiful houses with bricks, and there's several of them. This one is called This Is the Day, and I love This Is the Day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I plan on stitching it and putting it in my dining room. So the first thing I do in the morning is I get up and I make my protein coffee. And right across from where I make my protein coffee, we have this wall of art. And we have a frame of baby, because he's, you know, I say good morning to him every morning. It's got his pictures rotating on it. You know how that works. His Mai gave that to us, and we love it. And I think that having this like in my face in the morning is just such a good thing, a good reminder every day. So I don't know when I'm going to start this, but I've seen everybody doing all these bricks on these houses, and they say it's a task, but they are beautiful, and I just love the colors. So I ordered this someplace on Etsy. I don't even know where I got it actually. But anyway, I'm excited to think about this and kit it up and, you know, go get all the flosses. I'm heading to St. Louis soon, and I'm going to go to Color and Cotton, and the girls at Color and Cotton are so good. They will take this chart and find matches of their floss to go with it. They've helped me that before. We have to go. You will love Color and Cotton. It is gorgeous. So at the end of the month, I'm going to be visiting them. Hi, Color and Cotton friends. And I'm going to get all Color and Cotton for this one. That's kind of my plan. And speaking of plans, we went out yesterday.
So nice.
We should not shop together.
Yeah. We only went to Home Goods.
And
dangerous.
We came with bags. Our husbands finally came in and got us. They
They
came
had to
in and
come
got
in
us. We
and
had to
help us.
reward them with ice cream.
It all worked out.
It all worked out. No, they really weren't complaining. They're the best. They really are.
Yeah.
But we bought new planners.
We did.
And I settled on this one. I had actually ordered a planner for mine, for all my stitching, and it didn't have enough in it for me. And so we went looking for something we liked better. And Suzie, and you ended up getting one almost, it's the same inside, different cover.
It's the same
It was
inside.
just from Home Goods.
Yeah,
and
$7.99.
$7.99, like a great deal.
Yeah. And
But
that has everything we wanted.
it has
Spaces.
a monthly, which I've started, and I have that I already have that I stitched this morning. And then I have Santas on my Saturdays, so I remember to stitch my Santas on Saturday, put some stickers on there. And then it has, after the monthly, like it has notes, which I love.
That's awesome.
I need that in my life. And then it has daily for us to take pictures of family things, jot about family things, and write about our stitching. And then in the back, this is one of the things I loved about it, it has a place for notes, lots of tabs for notes. And I'm going to do my new starts for the year 2025. I'm going to start listing everything I started. So today I started the blessing sampler, so I put it in there.
Fabric.
I believe, yeah, my fabric and what floss I used, but I believe that I'm going to go ahead and put my 12 by 12 in here too.
Yeah,
I mean,
well.
it really is for 2025, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to keep track of that. I'm going to keep track of my finishes too. Anytime I finish something and fully finish. And there's tons of room back here for
And
that.
at the end of the year, look through it and see how productive. You're going to have to get a new book. The way you roll.
Well,
you are going to have to
no,
get a
I
new
know.
book. Extra
And this
pages.
sweet lady for my birthday got me a sprocket.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a sprocket is, it's this little bitty camera that takes.
It's not a camera.
It's a
film
printer. It's a film developer printer.
Pictures off
And
your
you
iPhone.
take the pictures from your phone, and you have an app, and it just spits them out in these little bitty forms, and they're stickers.
Yes.
It's the best thing.
And
So I'm going to sprocket picture my finishes and stick them in my book. So I'll have pictures of everything that I finished this year.
I did that last year with just our travels. I put little
that's
pictures
so
in
smart.
our planner, and it was just so fun when you look through the last year to see.
Yeah.
Things
Well,
that
she
you
actually
probably
gave it to
forgot.
me because we had Elliot. And,
Right.
and I have been using that.
Elliot.
His
And
parents
your
got a
stuff.
little book of pictures of him for my sprocket for
Nice.
Christmas this year. So.
Oh.
So here's what we would love from you. We would love for you to keep watching us.
Would.
Please like it and follow and
Would.
comment, because we really would love this to grow.
We
And
would.
share with your friends, let them know. We also have our own Instagram pages. I am K_Heinz_designs on Instagram, and designs is with a Z, DESIGNZ. So that's my Instagram. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I do post a lot of my stitching on there. And
I forget mine. I forget mine right now. I'm so sorry.
well, in our next video, we'll have it and we'll put it in the notes.
Next video.
Right.
Yeah.
Susie's not a big
I'm
Instagrammer.
not. So this is a big
She's a busy
shift
lady.
for me. I've never been a poster much. Just big events in our lives, like the weddings or our travel or something. And so this is a big switch for me. So I'm going to become much more active, probably. And I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
You're gonna do this, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also join our Facebook group, as we said before.
Are we gonna do it?
She believes in you.
She does.
Daisy's saying, I know you're gonna do it, Mama.
Do it, Mom.
I know you're gonna do it, Mama.
We can get her in.
It's no big deal that she does that.
No.
We love her. She can be on. She can be on. So if you could subscribe, like, follow, comment, all the things. We're going to try to get to all of your comments and answer you.
Absolutely.
And I think that Steve, our production manager, we have an email too, don't we? And we will include the email in the notes below, and if you want to email us any questions, you're free to email us, and we can answer any of your questions through email too. But you can also comment below, and we'll get to those.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be so overwhelmed by comments
Hopefully we will.
and things
and
that...
we'll learn with you.
Yes, and you'll learn with us.
Mhm.
And so I think that
That's about it.
we did it! Our first FlossTube! Yay! We hope that you had fun with us, and you feel like you're just part of our little lives.
Yes.
Our little humble lives.
So
And,
hope to see you again.
And we want to just let you know to don't forget to floss
Floss
daily.
daily.
Don't forget.
Bye.
Bye.
Be
Thanks for
happy.
being here.
Thank you.